turquoise flow, lads down the lane, and the TheTwoMarks show. The lads down the lane, let's make a stand. The lads down the lane, and Amstel in our hand. Yeah, lads down the lane, lads down the lane. It's lads down the lane. Yeah, lads down the lane.
Yes, everyone, we're back again. It's the lads down the lane, having it large, as usual, with Nige at Pure Coys. How are you, sir?
I am absolutely fantastic. Yeah, no, I'm all right. How are you guys?
Sheriff, how are you?
All good, man. Another bonus night off, as you know.
What can I say? What can I say? You've been dealing with that, though, Sheriff, haven't you? You've had a little sort trying to sort that out, all this.
Yeah.
You know.
It's been all right, man. I don't mind the days off, man.
I know. But I've got to tell everyone in the chat here, we didn't expect the Sheriff to be here tonight.
No.
But he is. He's got a night off work, and obviously he's going to jump on the stream because it's his show as well. So the Sheriff's here. Any questions for the Sheriff? Get them into him, and to Nige, and to me. Have it large. Get your questions in. We'll do our best to answer them. But in the meantime, we will chat a bit of Spurs, chaps, I assume. Any whispers, because I haven't heard a lot, any whispers going around about anything that might be happening?
Oh, apparently, we might be signing Morgan Gibbs-White, but it's just a might at the moment. We might not as well. So, we'll see.
Wow.
We might. I thought it was a definite 2 weeks ago.
No, it's just a might now. I don't know. Morgan Gibbs-White, we might as well start with him. What's going on?
Yeah.
Again, I expected something to happen at the start of the week. We're now halfway through the week. Still absolutely nothing. I don't know what you guys think. Every day that passes, I think it's not going to happen now.
Well, yeah. Personally, I mean, let's face it, right? I know we try and give out our opinions and our knowledge and all that, but basically, we know nothing, do we? What goes on internally in the club? We're just guessing. And I'd like to think if this deal is slipping away that they move on to another target. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agree with that.
Instead of like clutching at straws until like the final string of the rope and then it snaps. Just if they must have, because these are all clever people when it comes to contracts and things like that. So if they know we're not getting him, just ditch it, innit, and go after somebody else. Because we still got 5 weeks left of the transfer window. I don't even know when it shuts, to be honest. That's how well informed I am.
Well, at the end of the day, I have it off the press that Spurs are interested in some Real Madrid geezer up front, so Rodrigo or something. I think this is the best chance we've got of getting a transfer over the line in this window. But it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it just seems like there's a load of made up crap going about at the moment. Whether you believe it, whether you don't believe it, it is what it is. And we just keep going, don't we? And hope for a bit of news, chaps. What do you think?
We do. Can I ask a question to you guys and the chat?
Yeah.
So, out of the top 6, let's say the top 7 Premier League clubs, and I'm putting us in that top 7.
Right.
Would you say that Spurs have had the worst window out of all 6 or 7 so far, or would you say that it's not as bad as other teams?
Liverpool have done a bit, haven't they?
They've smashed it, haven't they?
Arsenal are doing a bit, and they've done a bit. Right.
Man City have done a bit.
City have done a bit and improved their squad, not just with one, but a few players. Let's drop down to what? Newcastle.
I don't think they've signed anybody, have they?
Newcastle are struggling a little bit.
Alanga.
Yeah, Alanga.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
as us, really. Just one in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chelsea have done a bit.
Chelsea
have
are
done quite a lot.
flying, haven't they? Got two in
Yeah.
today, haven't they?
I
Or
don't.
very
Are they in?
close.
I know. Yeah, it seems like they're going to get what's
Xavi
his name?
Simons and
Leipzig.
Hatto.
Simons,
Hatto.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're both
Two
very
top
close.
signings.
Top signings, mate. Absolutely top
Top
signings.
signings.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's to answer your question, Nige. Yeah, Villa as well. Scotty.
Villa
Yeah,
haven't done anything, have they?
they haven't done anything.
No.
And then you can go down and say, well, at least United are trying to do things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're always being linked to someone or something, or trying to get players in. So
Yeah.
Well, seeing as this is what confused me a bit. Man United are allegedly skint. Allegedly. And yet they stump up 71 million for Mbuemo. Where's that come from? Do you know what I mean? So if they can do it, surely we can.
yeah.
You know,
we know
'cause-
Mark. We know the money's there. We know
Yeah.
the money's there at the end of the day, and I don't care what anyone says. All this we've got to sell to buy. I don't believe that for a minute.
No. We've always had plenty of money, mate. It's just,
I think the reason we need to get rid of players is because the squad is so bloated.
yes.
Squad's
Yeah.
bloated now, so if you want to get better players in, it's up to Thomas Frank to decipher either who he doesn't want, and if the club can sell them, or if he can get players out on loan, yeah, so that it frees up squad places for maybe players that he wants. I don't know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it's what I said last night, though, isn't it? It's why don't we just buy the players first? And then it forces the players that are here that we want to get rid of, it forces their hand. If we were to buy a striker and say, right, we've got a striker to compete with Solanke, then Richarlison's going to be like, I'm third choice. What do I
Yeah.
do? I'm going to need to move to play football because I want to play in the World Cup for Brazil. So
Yeah.
it just forces their hand. So we need to buy first before we sell, for me. As players like Richarlison, Basuma are just quite happy because they know they get game time and we're stuck with them.
Yeah. But for Levy and that, though, that's a bit of a they don't work that way round, Nige, do
No,
they?
it's too much of a risk, isn't it?
And this is what we're talking about, Mark and Nige, when we say about, when Kudos came in and then 24 hours, Morgan Gibbs-White was, he's coming. And even though that hasn't done, it almost gave the fan base a lift. It looked like Tottenham were moving different with the news that there was a bit of investment coming in. Kudos got done, all right. It took however long, a week, couple of weeks, whatever it was, but it got done. And then, Morgan Gibbs-White, everyone was on cloud nine, mate. It's like 2 days, 110 million quid odd. Do you know what I mean? What are we doing here? This is not Spurs.
Yeah.
And then sort of it was the thought of, well, this could move on to the next level now. If these two are in, are we going to buy anyone else? Are we really going to buy another first team player? But
Should we sneak through the chat a minute?
it's all stalled, though, isn't it? It's all stalled. It's just all stalled, and it's very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Let's sneak through the chat a minute, mate.
Yeah, go on, mate.
What's the point? Big up, mate.
Big up, mate.
Have we signed Mbappe? I think he's the next one that we're monitoring.
Yeah, we'll be monitoring him or be linked with him.
Yeah, monitoring. Monitoring is the first word.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Capra's kind. Get in.
No, but talking it like I believe nothing. That, to be honest, I have got a Twitter account, but I don't look at it. It means nothing to me. Absolute nonsense. And it's like I've said on many shows, these so-called ITKs, if you chuck enough crap at the wall, some of it sticks. And that's the ones you get remembered for.
Yeah,
You don't talk about the crap that bounced off and landed on the floor. You know what I mean?
it's true. Yeah,
So
it's true.
I put it this way:
Yeah.
they could come out and say anything. I could put on Twitter tomorrow if I can remember how to work it. Oh, we're getting like some whoever, you know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely, Mark. Sorry, I jumped a few there just to say hello to Psycho Teacher, Mark.
Good
Sorry about
evening,
that.
mate. Good evening. I can't remember where I was now.
Big up, fella. You
I
was
think.
back
Oh,
up there with Scotty somewhere. Yeah,
Scott M's in here as well.
yeah. Big up, Scott. Thanks for
Big
being
up, mate.
here, mate. We appreciate it,
Nice to
mate.
see you, mate.
Yeah, yeah, nice one. Anyway, look, we move up. We can't. There's not a lot to talk about on the transfer front, so I just wanted to ask you both about your first impressions of the new Tottenham Hotspur manager. What you think he's shown so far in his short tenure at Spurs. Points that you might have seen that you think, oh, that's different. I like that. And anything you might have seen that you think, I don't like that. Chaps.
I watched his first interview.
Yeah.
You know, we've all seen that, I expect, but
Yeah.
he came across good, didn't he?
Mm.
He came across well, but you can tell a lot of it. That's all scripted, isn't it? You know what I mean? Well, put it this way: he's not getting another job and then coming on and saying, "Purple and gold, leave you out," and all that nonsense, is he? He's not
No,
doing that on his first ever interview, is he?
no. But what I would say is, Mark, is that when he's doing his interview, right, he is addressing the people in the room.
Yes, yeah, he came across
You know
well.
what
He
I
came
mean?
across very well.
I thought he came across very well,
Yeah,
quite articulate in his things. I think there was a few questions in there that were sort of poked in to maybe try and catch him out a little bit
Mhm.
that he dealt with very well.
Yeah,
Like you say, probably scripted a little bit, but he came across well. You know,
yeah.
have any of you seen? Excuse me. Any of the drills or anything on the training ground or any of those shorts that they've put out at
Yeah,
all?
I've seen some of them.
Mm,
There was one about, was it Vuskovic, when they were cheering him when he was making blocks and that.
that's it. Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah,
that one.
yeah, yeah. They had them doing the shuttles as well. You know,
Yeah.
at the different distances and stuff like that. But straight
Yeah.
away, you're seeing, yeah, that the coaches are involved on the field. It's not, the manager's not sitting in the office doing whatever he's doing and he's leaving it to others to do it. The manager's there interacting with the coaches and the players, even at this early stage. He's out there,
Yeah.
and I think that's great. That's what he's here for, you
Hmm.
know. He said about fitness levels because he's going to have them pressing from low blocks, high blocks, middle blocks, whatever, and they're all going to be, as we've discussed before. I think you're going to find a lot of these players are going to be playing in a different way to what they have been for the past couple of years, even in their own little, whether it be Destiny at left back or Bergvall in the centre, whoever it is, you're going to see changes on the field, which, it's going to be nice, especially for the people that go every week and pay their dough. You know what I mean? To go there and maybe see a little bit different.
Yeah. What I was impressed with in his first press conference, the first little, well, it wasn't press conference, it was just like his first thing to do with Tottenham, is he showed a lot of like respect to Brentford. You know,
Yeah.
when he was talking about Brentford and that, there was no, oh, I've moved on to bigger and better things, putting them down and all that sort of stuff. He still, he speaks very well, doesn't he?
Yes. Yeah, he does. He
You know,
does. He does.
that's what impressed me about him.
What are your
Yeah. No,
thoughts, Lauren?
I'm really impressed with everything he's done so far. From his very first interview, when I thought he was, like Sheriff said, very respectful, to the point, and just watching him in the friendly at the weekend against Reading, the way he, like I say, the drills before the game, the corner drills they were doing, which I've never seen under our last manager, and just the way, even at half time, during the game, him and his coaches would be round the iPad, talking about things, changing things, and that excites me. And also the way that he is in training with the players, a couple of training videos that I've seen, he seems to be already very close to the players. You saw the picture of him and Romero having a cuddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking everything I'm seeing at the moment about Frank. I'm really excited about the coming season.
Yeah. Big up, Milton. Hope you're
Big
well,
up.
mate. Hope you're well, mate. Not freezing your ass off again. Yeah, and what's the point with the next comment down? We all know what's the point.
Yeah.
That's normally how it works,
Yeah.
and I agree with you totally. I just thought that maybe we were moving slightly differently, in the window, getting it done early. Players that they've picked out that they want to come to the club. I'm sure there was first, second, third, fourth, fifth choices and so on. And like Nigel said earlier, as far as the Morgan Gibbs-White deal is concerned, I'm sure Spurs want him, and I'm pretty sure that he wants to come to Spurs. But whether it happens or not, we need to be moving on. Yeah, if we've got other targets, and go on and get those targets, or at least be seen to be looking for those other targets. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of news has come out today regarding Morgan Gibbs-White and the fact that Man City have literally ruled themselves out of the race for Morgan Gibbs-White. Because obviously Forest were looking to sell him to City, but City aren't interested apparently. So it literally opens the door for Spurs. There's nobody else, it
Yeah.
seems to. So in that sense, I think it's just a matter of time before it happens. But it's just taken bloody ages, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
didn't their chairman come out and he said he was hoping Man City were going to put in a bid because he didn't consider Tottenham to be a big enough club?
Yeah.
Something like that, wasn't
What are we doing here? What is going on in
Yeah.
this? It is just madness, isn't it?
it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
Absolute madness. There is another little bit of news today that I'll just get out there early doors. Ashley Phillips, central defender, has gone back to Stoke on loan today.
Yeah.
So that's Dorrington and Phillips that are both out on loan, two of the central defenders. So that drops us down to what now then? 8, 9, something like that?
About 8, is it? 8, I think.
It's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just centre backs.
Just centre backs, yeah.
Well, I think that's enough, don't you?
It's if they're all of the quality that he wants at the end of the day.
Oh,
And
yeah.
what you've got to look at is, Mark, you've got your 4, including Dragusin, your centre backs. Then you've got the new Japanese fella, Vuskovic. I think if you see Vuskovic perform well in these friendlies that are coming up, any that he plays in, right? And this is not, I don't know how good he's going to be, but he looked decent against Reading, even though he didn't have to do too much defending, scored the goal. Yeah, but if this kid's improving and showing what he can do, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up part of the first team squad next year and they don't put him out on loan. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Hmm.
Well, you never know, mate. At the end of the day, you'd like to think it was up to Thomas, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. And he's going to see him in training at the end of the day. So, like we said earlier, he knows what's what. He's obviously seen a bit of Phillips and thought he's not ready yet. We'll send him out on loan. He must have seen him in training.
I don't think Phillips is good enough. Speaking to a few people, and I've heard a few Stoke fans saying that he wasn't very good last season for Stoke. So I'm not sure he's up to the level, to be honest. I think he's probably a good championship player, side player. But I don't know, maybe that's being harsh on him. As for Vuskovic, I would still like to see him go out on loan. I think a year in the championship, playing English football, because he's not played English football yet, remember. He's come from abroad. He is still a young kid, even though he looks like he's about 30. I think even 6 months on loan at the championship side, get him some game time, get him used to the pace of English football, and then see what he's like, personally.
Like, I listen, I agree with you. I'm going from right. We haven't seen a lot of him. Okay, so I'm the first one who can sit here and say, look, I don't know too much about him at all. Right. What I'm
Mm.
saying is, you've got the four. Right, we've got the four. Then you've got
Yeah.
Davis and Takai and there's another one. Can't think who it is. Vuskovic. So all I'm thinking is that if they don't buy another one in, that was the point I was trying to get across. And I agree with you. What's the point? He is only a baby. Yeah, he is only a baby. But don't forget, some of these babies that can play football physically, if he's physically one of those that can match up with men, his technical ability and his defensive, whatever you want to call it, prowess, if that's not too strong a word, will shine through. But he still has to learn to play against, Premier League professional footballers. So I'm not against him going out on loan. I just think that maybe they will keep him at the club.
Yeah. You read this, mate? What Terry's put in?
Yeah,
Chelsea
yeah,
under
yeah.
Simmons.
That's what we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Simon and Hato. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is it, Mark. Big clubs move. How many
Yeah.
players have Chelsea got? Look, they've got God knows
About 1,000.
in their squad.
Mm.
They're always looking to try and upgrade, and I've got no doubt if they're getting them two in, there'll be a couple of the other ones that are not getting a look in, getting sold for 20 million a piece, yeah, and that'll cover most of the 100 and whatever million they've spent, or some of it, on those players. Yeah. So that's how they go, mate. That's how they go. Look at Liverpool. Straight in for Wirtz. It took a bit of time, but they knew what they wanted. And they got him, paid a lot of money for him,
Yeah.
but they got what they wanted,
Yeah.
And it's like with them, they've had rumours of Diaz going, but they'll be out there again and they'll get another right-sided forward in, if that's what they need.
Yeah.
They move
Yeah,
like
yeah.
clubs and we don't, mate. Unfortunately,
This is what always frustrates us, though, isn't it? As fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always. Every year is the same.
It does, and it's ongoing, and it's frustrating, and I suppose frustrating is the word when it's gone on for as many years as what us lot have seen it for. Do you know what I mean? And then you had the years of the old late transfer, didn't you? Harry Redknapp time, Sky Sports News,
Yeah.
2 minutes before deadline day. Do you know
Harry
what I
sat
mean?
in his Range Rover.
Harry's there. Rafa van der
I'm out
Vaart
the window.
comes in. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? All
I'm
them
out the window of his
signings.
Range Rover.
That's it. Yeah, Harry. Straight on the telly, saying it, what's going on. And we all knew then, as Spurs fans, what was happening.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not anymore, mate.
No, but Harry was clever. He'd always be like, "Yeah, no, nothing's happening now. I'm just going home." And then 20 minutes later, 1, 2, 3.
That's it. That's it. It's it is what it is, mate. At the end of the day, let's talk a little bit about what do you expect, Nigel and Mark, from Thomas Frank as far as on the pitch is concerned this season, and tactics, formations, whatever. What are you hoping to see?
Me personally, I want to see us adapting to situations.
Yeah.
Whatever situation we are in the game, if we're 2-1 up on the 85th minute and the other team are getting a foothold in the game, we know that he's tactically sound enough to nullify that, or try to nullify it, shall I say. You know what I mean? You can't nullify everything. Some teams are just too good, but I believe next year we're definitely going to, we can't be more untechnically sound than we were last year. Let's face it, that's impossible.
Yeah.
We're going to have a shape, tactics, adaptability in games as well, because don't be surprised if we go from a 4 at the back to a 5 at the back to, like you've said, Matt, a 2 in midfield to 4 in midfield, 2 up front. that's what he's renowned for. Any system you can think of, he's probably played it at some point or another.
Yeah.
If the situation demands it, he's very clever at that. He's always been very tactically sound. And so that's what I expect off the pitch, really, sort of during the games,
Yeah.
flexibility. Like you'll see players dropping into different positions, just to help out and try and nullify threats or help us going forward. Or, it's just going to be, well, it can't be much worse. I believe it's just going to be a more enjoyable game to watch when we're on,
Yeah. Well, hopefully, what do you think, Nige?
Just think some actual structure, some tactics. Like Mark said, for me, it's going to be interesting if we are a goal down at half time,
Yeah.
or if we are 2 down at half time, to see what formation we come out in the second half like.
Yeah.
Or, like Mark says, if we're 2-1 up with 10 minutes to go, we're under the cosh. Oh, it'd be nice to actually see him take a striker off and maybe put a centre back on and not just keep it the same. Just play different. It'd be nice to play certain games with 3 at the back. It'd be nice if we go away to Liverpool and we play counter-attacking football. I'm just looking forward to having a normal manager with normal tactics, structure, and players in their position. Your fullbacks to be fullbacks, your centre backs to be centre backs. Your midfielders to be structured, to be in their proper positions, and Maddison to float in around that 10, or whoever the 10 is, whether that be Morgan Gibbs-White when he comes in, or Kulu if he's fit. Whoever that number 10 is, to be able to dictate the game from that area instead of having to pick it up from the centre half and almost play as a deep lying quarterback, which is what Maddison pretty much did last season.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait to see what we're going to be like. Obviously, it is really disappointing at the moment. Just the fact we don't seem to be doing anything in the window. Yes, Phillips went out today on loan, but nobody seems to be leaving from the first team. Nothing seems to be happening with players coming in. But it was like this a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Nothing was happening. We were all getting depressed and, here we go again. Then suddenly, bang, bang, a couple of players in. Okay, one's not joined yet. But it could happen. We could wake up tomorrow morning. We could have a couple of players in. We just don't know.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting the next 6 weeks to see what happens. I was so positive when Kudos came in and the Gibbs-White news. It just made me feel like, oh yeah, we're doing something here. We are moving. And then the last 10 days or so since all that, it's just sort of died of death, and we don't seem interest. There's been a little bit more word today as well, just to change that, a little bit more about Paulinia, if that's how you want to say his name. The Bayern DM. There's been a little bit of more news about him, that Tottenham have let Bayern know that we're interested. Obviously, nothing's been spoken about money-wise, but they've just made it clear to Bayern that we're interested in Paulinia, and obviously waiting for the next step to take place. Is the player interested? So on and so forth. And we'll wait and see on Paulinia. What are your thoughts there? I mean, I'd take him in a heartbeat, to be honest with you.
Well, I think we all would.
I'd take him at Spurs, but I just, like I said last night, I just don't think that Tottenham will be, unless it's a loan, will spend 30 million euros on a 29-year-old. I just can't see it. It's just not the way we move. So I think it's going to be, for me, Paulinia is going to be one that runs right to the end of the window. And if we've got no one else in, we will try and get him on loan.
Yeah.
Don't see it happening before.
We have a question, mate.
Yeah, big up, Milton.
Big up.
If we
question to the panel.
Yeah.
Question to the panel: how would Frank cope if we have the same injury crisis like last season, or even worse?
I don't mind. I'll go first here.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Right. So it would be difficult for any manager. Well, I don't think anyone would dispute that, Mill. And what I would say is now it's down to the club to get the right caliber of player in and to make sure they have the relevant, and I don't like using this word, cover. Let's use the word option.
yeah,
To come in and play if someone's either injured, suspended, whatever that may be. Now, there's all until you get the perfect squad together, Milton. There's always going to be the odd position where you think, "Oh, I wish we'd have strengthened there," or I wish him who's coming on as sub here has got that impact of what that player that plays the 90 minutes has. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. You know what football's like. We spoke last night on Nigel's channel about Son, right? And we was all in agreement. If Son decided that he wanted to go, and he finds a club that he's happy to go and play his last 3 or 4 years in, whatever he decides to play, good luck to him. At the same time, I also think, Milton, that Son would be an excellent impact sub.
yeah,
When you need a goal, and you're bringing on a Son with fresh legs with 15, 20 minutes to go, and you want that one opportunity and you want it to fall to that one fella, he is your man. You know he is. He's a finisher, And I think if you're saying to Son, get on there, the lads know what you want to do, get in behind, through the lines, the ball being passed through to you, running onto it, touch and finish, or even just finish, however he decides. I think he would be fantastic for that. And
play him off the left, though, mate.
Yeah, someone.
You're going to bring him on, play him off Solanke.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree, Nige. Yeah.
That is his correct position.
Yes. Yes, it is. But I think he would be good at that. And before, just let me finish, Mark. Before, someone said in the comments last night, I think it was, when we was talking about it'd be an expensive 200 grand a week, for Son to be doing that. Not if he's scoring your goals and winning your games or getting your draws when you're 1-0 down.
Yeah.
For me, it's irrelevant how much he's earning. That's between him and Spurs. You know what I mean? All we know is he's a top finisher. And I think in those instances, personally, because he is, or he shows to be on a bit of a decline with his pace and that. We've seen in the past what sort of pace he's had. You know what I mean? But for 20 minutes fresh, coming on against tired defenders, you know what I mean? Perfect for me. Perfect.
Put it this way, the final point, I'll just interrupt you a minute. The final thing I'll say, if Solanke gets a flick on, which one of the current Spurs squad would you have running onto it? There's not many people that wouldn't say Sonny.
No.
Not many people whatsoever.
No.
Now, to answer Milton's question, I don't believe that we will have as many injuries. You never know, obviously. It's all in the lap of the gods.
Yeah.
But when you look at last season, Ange caused a lot of the injuries by overplaying players until they were burnt out and they were knackered. Yeah. You look at the Chelsea game, where his job was severely on the line. We lost anyway. We'd been on a dreadful run of form. Romero and Van de Ven were not fit. They were like 50, 60, 70% fit. He chucks them both in at the same time, and they were both off the pitch by half time. And then we never saw them for months or weeks. Yeah. Weeks at least, we never saw either of them. So he didn't help himself, in my opinion. And I think Frank is his coaching staff, they'll rely on the data, because they get data about like the red zones and all that. I don't really understand it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I believe that the squad will be treated a lot better. If they are in the red zone, they get a rest.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I agree with all of it. I agree with all of that. Everything you both said. The only thing I will say, and this is, I'm actually sticking up for Ange a little bit here. I don't
Hang on.
usually, but
How do
he
we mute
was,
him?
he was, he was screwed over a little bit in the transfer market, wasn't he? When you sell your experienced players like Højbjerg, even like Skip, who I know still a young player, but he played over 100 Premier League games, and then you're bringing in young players who haven't played before in the Premier League.
Big
Luke.
up.
You
Big
know,
up, mate.
he didn't
Hope you're
he
well.
didn't help himself, Ange, with the injuries, but I don't think he was backed in that second season as well as he was in the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair dues, mate. I just interlude a bit there. Please smash the like button. Smash the like button. Please hit the subscribe button for Nige at Pure Coys on the way to the big 1,000. He's getting there. How many are you away now, Nige? Where are you? What are you about? 140?
140, 135, something like that.
There
Yeah.
you go.
His link
So,
is pinned to the top of the
yeah.
chat.
He's pinned at the top of the chat. Get over to Nige and support him. He's doing great stuff over there. And please, if you don't mind, subscribe to us. We're on the road to 500. When I last looked, we were 47 short of 500.
I believe we still are, mate.
That'll be a magic magic number to get to for us. 500.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a new. No.
So yeah, please
Go.
subscribe, please like, and we will do endeavour to keep bringing you a bit of content that you can watch in the evenings on one channel or the other.
Yeah.
So
Goldie Talks Talk. I've never seen this name in the chat before. Good evening.
Goldie is a fantastic TikToker. He makes really good TikTok videos, and he's got a YouTube channel as well. I'm trying to get him on, but he will come on at some point.
Oh, has he?
yeah, Goldie, have a word with yourself. Get on these channels. What's up?
Yeah. I've never. Well, put it this way. I know I go to work a lot. Most nights, and so I'm unavailable on that. And but I've never seen you, sir. So big up.
Yeah, big up to you,
And
Goldie.
and I'll be honest, I have no idea what TikTok is. I just took what Nige said is some sort of streaming platform.
Yep,
That's true.
yeah. It's all good stuff anyway.
Yeah.
It's you want to do a bit of the chat, Mark? See what's going on there.
Yeah, there's an injury.
Fair dues, Scott. Fair dues, mate. Yeah, I'm with you on
And
that.
so, what do you really mean then, Scott?
Yeah, could you put
No.
Scott, in your next message, Scott, could you put that in layman's terms, please, so we can understand?
Don't water it down. Just fun.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Richard.
I sort of agree with this as well.
Yeah,
But for 20 minutes off the bench, I reckon he can still do a job. He's never. I don't believe he's at. You only got to look at the Europa final. He only come on sometime in the second half, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as much as we all love Son, we all love him. I think his best days are behind him. Now, are we keeping him because he's sentimental, or are we going to keep him because, as you said, Mark, he's that 20 minutes where he'd be deadly?
And not only that, Mark, I'm looking at that from the football, perspective.
Yeah, and me as well.
We've also got to look at it from another perspective of that Heung-min Son is absolutely massive in his own country. And the amount of money that he brings into Tottenham Hotspur, through being the captain of us and being a Europa, especially now being a Europa League winning captain.
Mm-hmm.
Does he? It's one of them. Will the club keep him for a year? Will they take him on the tour, and then when the tour's finished, give him the option to decide what he wants to do?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they got. I'm not sure what they got in South Korea. Is it a king, a president? I don't know what they got. A premier? I don't know what they got. But he is virtually that in South Korea.
Mm.
Yeah, but the other thing is that is he still better than what we got on the left? Because nobody else jumps out at me.
No, because none of them really are left wingers, are they, Nige?
No. No.
This is what we was talking about when we were saying about there could be times when Maddison is played out, not out on the left wing, but as that left attacker. Do you know what I mean? If he plays a free up front and he plays Kudos, for argument's sake, Solanke, that one other could be Maddison, that he sticks out there on the left, not necessarily to be a left winger, but to drift in so that lets people like Udogie go down the outside. Yeah. The same on the other side. Kudos, he's both footed, but predominantly he's left footed, playing on the right. And when he gets the ball and he attacks the defender, 9 times out of 10, he's going to be cutting inside and Porro's going to be coming down the outside. And it's options, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's just options, isn't it, Nigel? Yeah. I mean, who do you see playing on the left? If he played a free up front, for argument's sake, you know, who is your pick? If you're Thomas Frank now, who are you picking to play on the left?
Right now, none of them excite me. But if I had to pick one,
can I just interrupt? Right.
Yeah.
100%. I would love to jump on.
Well, I haven't got Goldie's contact, so.
Well, nor have I, but I can put the link in the chat.
Okay.
If
Goldie,
you want.
for Goldie only, please. If you want to jump on, mate, the link's coming in the chat. You're more than welcome to jump on with us. But chat, please, it's just for Goldie. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah, for me, Tell just right now. It's the best of, I think, what we've got out there. I see Queen Ellie's put Odabel. Big up Queen Ellie. But none of them excite me. This is a problem.
Yeah. It's difficult, isn't it? Because there's a multitude of left-sided players out there, but so many of them that you wouldn't class as wingers. You know, inside forward, Son. Inside forward, Tell. Tell ain't a winger. He's not a winger. He's one of those that needs to play off of a main striker. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it is what it is. Johnson on the right. You know, he's not going to be, and we know he's not, your out-and-out winger who's going to go past someone, ping a crossing. You know, he's a goal poacher. Yeah, he makes things happen in different ways. A lot of us are not keen on him. Mark, you know what I feel about Johnson. You know, he's a good goal scorer, but for me, in the system, never worked hard enough.
He's a second striker, that's why, mate.
Yeah, but in that system, Mark, he didn't work hard enough.
I get that.
So, you know, he is a second striker. He is capable of doing that. He did it at Forest. We know Son's capable of doing it. He did it with Kane. Whether they can do it with Solanke or not is a different matter. And this gets on to my next point, unless anyone's got something to say. We were speaking the other day about getting another centre forward in. Chaps, thoughts on that? Because my feeling is Solanke can't do it all for the whole season. And again, you know, Richarlison, for me, needs to go, and we need to get another proper centre forward in that gives us options in that position, up front, whether it be a one playing up there, whether it's one playing off him, or whether we're playing 3 across the front. We still need another centre forward. Chaps, thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. 1,000,000%, mate. Because do we really think that Richarlison is up to the business as well? I mean, he spends half the year on the treatment table.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not just a one-off last season, it's every season.
Yeah.
He's missing for at least half the games.
Yeah.
And plus, is he really does he really cut the mustard as a top striker?
Not for me, mate. He's
not for me either.
At the end of the day,
you know, I mean, personally, I'd get rid of him. But Solanke does need competition. We need another out-and-out top striker. I know now strikers, out of all the players, you're talking millions. Millions and millions. Because all the top strikers go for, 100 million these days, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so are we ever going to pay 100 million for a player? Probably not.
Not at the moment.
No. You know, so, but we definitely need another striker. Unless, who's the strikers in the youth? Are any of them good enough?
Got Will Lancashire.
Yeah, Lancashire. He's looked all right, and he normally plays a bit of pre-season.
The problem is, Mark, that we're not going into a standard season next year.
Yeah, we got Champions League and all that, haven't we?
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, it's okay talking about Lancashire and players of that ilk, and we all want to see them. Yeah, do you know what I mean? We want to see at some stage they've either got to say we don't want you no more, or you're going to have a little run, whether it be Carling Cup games, whatever it would be. You know, you can't keep hanging on to these players in the hope that it's just all going to work out all right. Nige?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think Goldie's spot on when he said we should try and get Visser while we can.
Yeah.
Knows Frank's system and is proven, but apparently Newcastle are willing to pay up to 30 million. Brentford want closer to 40. I can't see Spurs paying 40 million for a 29-year-old. I just don't think that happens.
Yeah.
But apparently we have been linked again with I think it's a Rennes striker, Callum Mwendo.
Yes. Yeah.
Apparently, well, I say we've been linked, we're interested. So, you know, we were interested a couple of months ago. Let's see where that goes. I think he's a big, strong, powerful striker. And Richarlison's one of them, isn't it? Because actually, if you look at his stats, when he plays, he does okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he does okay. Richarlison, he scores goals, he assists, but he's never fit. How can we keep a player that's never fit? So for me, Richarlison has to go.
Yeah.
But we need to bring a player in to force him out.
Would
stay.
Would look, just want to put this scenario across because I don't know, you know, I'm not a transfer guru by any stretch of the imagination, and I know lots of players are on different types of wages, and you know you've got the age concern and all that. Now, for me, just at a scenario, Vlahovic, right? If you want a striker that's in the top echelon of what we, you know, these are the names that are being mentioned all the time. The Gokareses, he's gone to Arsenal. The Isaks is at Newcastle. Liverpool want him, you know, so on and so forth. These are the main players. Now, for me, we know that Vlahovic is on whatever, 300 grand a week. Whatever he's on, whatever it is, it's a lot of money. We know Spurs ain't going to pay that. But why can't Spurs go and offer him 200 grand a week and give him a signing on fee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't we do that?
million.
Why can't we be a big club and say to him, look, that we can't break our wage structure for you, but what we can do is you can have such and such in a advance payment stretched over however long you're here, yeah, to top that up, and then bonuses for goals and, you know, qualifications for this far in the FA Cup and that into that and so on.
Yeah,
well, why can't we do that?
Like you say, even tempt him more. Maybe don't pay him a £5 million sign on fee. Maybe double his goal scoring fee. You know, every goal you score, instead of getting 10,000, you get 25,000 or whatever.
Yeah,
give him that incentive to score goals. And for me, it's a deal that can be done. It's a deal that we could do, and I think he'd come to Spurs. But I just can't. Again, it's like, will we do it? We tend to go for strikers or players that haven't quite made it and might make it, might get us a quick buck in a couple of years.
Yeah.
But not the players who are, you know, I know Vlahovic is flattered to deceive at Juve, but there's no doubt in his quality. He is a top quality striker, and I think he's Premier League. I think he's made for Premier League football. The size of him, his strength, I think he'd do really well in the Premier League. But
I think he'd do very well at Spurs, to be honest with you, Nige.
Yeah.
Can you imagine people like Maddison and Kudos feeding this geezer? Do you know what I mean? And that's
he'd
what
be
it's
our
all
number one
about,
striker.
strikers, man. It's about being fed. You've got to be fed and be given those chances to score.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because you don't get fed, you don't score. It's as simple
But
as that.
even having a choice of say if Frank wants to change, I'm going to put three at the back today and
Yeah,
play Vlahovic and Solanke up front together.
yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
God! You know,
And can I say,
Son and Vlahovic.
weren't we linked with Vlahovic about 5 years ago?
maybe.
I
I think
think
so.
we were.
Fiorentina, I think we were. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think most of Europe was, to be honest. But
Yeah, man, we need to. What's the point's right? We need to show. We need to sign some proper geezers, some proper men. Now, do you know what I mean? Get
yeah,
some men in this side, and you know, I was saying last night, Nigel, on your show, the reason I would like a Paulinia is because Archie Gray has been bought to be that DM. He's not
yeah,
there yet. Let him learn off some of the best players that are around at the moment. That
Yeah.
in their positions. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, whatever you think of Paulinia, he's a destroyer, right? He breaks the game up, he gets the ball, and 9 times out of 10, he'd give it simple to someone who's better at him to let them do what they're good at,
yeah.
right? I think Spurs are crying out for that. We're crying out for that. We've got
Agree.
plenty going forward, you know, as far as that Kudos coming in. If you have Maddison on the left, if the Gibbs White come in, you know, that's looking quite tasty there across there. You know, you know, another couple in this window with Gibbs White and Kudos. And I think, you know, every Spurs fan will say, you've got to start somewhere. Well done. You've brought 4 first teamers in. You know, let's see where we go. Maybe another one in January and then go again next year, you know?
Exactly.
See, that's what excited us as soon as we signed Kudos,
Yeah.
because you thought, aha, someone that walks into the first team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not a kid that might be good in 5 years or 4 years or whenever. You know, someone who's ready, been there, done it, and he's going to improve us as a team.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
then the Gibbs White 24 hours later, you think, bloody hell, there's another one
Yeah.
coming in that walks straight into our first team. And you think, hang on, we could be on to something here now.
Mm.
But even one, the Gibbs White has gone deathly silent. And we haven't been, well, we've been linked with people, but no one else has walked through the door, have they? You know,
Not yet.
so,
Not
I
yet.
mean,
Right.
I'd like to think that not just Kudos is the only new player that goes to Korea, wherever they're going, in less than a week now. I think they go Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monday. What I've heard is that Spurs want to get at least 2 or 3 players out before Monday, before they travel, because they don't want to take players that aren't in their plans to Korea with them. So it's
Which
going
is
to be
fair.
interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. That will be interesting to
Is
see.
that the limits that we've dropped to now? Is trying to save bloody plane tickets?
Yeah, probably. This is Spurs. It's what we do.
Right. So we're 53 minutes in. We said we'd do an hour. One quick question, chaps. If anyone's got any questions that are in the chat, put them in and we'll try and answer them. Last 10, 15 minutes of the show. 2 in, so well, 1 in, 1.5 in, if you like, so far. Chaps, I know we've discussed it, but just for the people in the chat, where would you like to see any more signings made, as in position wise? So let's assume we've got 1 in so far. Yeah, because Morgan Gibbs White hasn't signed yet.
Yeah.
What would you like to see in? If it's not him, or if it's him and any others in this window, being realistic.
For me, I would definitely number 6. So whether that be a Polinia, a Hayden Hackney, a take your pick, any one of 5 or 6 that we've been linked with. Love to see a proper left winger come in.
Yeah,
Again, someone like Kudos on the right, someone on left who can take on players, beat a man, get crosses into the box. Love to see another striker to come in place of Richarlison. And I would love to see another another fullback, I think. And then I think if we were to sign those 4 players and get rid of, say, 3 or 4 as well from the first team, for me, then I think we're looking good for the start of the season.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
it's a big the weeks ahead for Tottenham. It really is.
Yeah. Mark?
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, I'm in agreement with Nige. Definitely a left winger, someone who can beat the man and whip the ball in the box. You know, and a striker definitely, because I don't think Richarlison is up to it. Like I said about 5 minutes ago, he spends half the year on the treatment table. You know, and even if you're not that good, your best ability is availability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, even if you're not, you think, oh, well, you're not that. But as long as you're available, then it helps. Because I can't see Solanke playing 60 odd games, 50 odd games, whatever we got next season. It's not going to happen. He's
No.
just going to burn out halfway through the season.
Mm.
You know, and he's not exactly 100% injury free either, is he? Because he had a couple little niggles
Yeah, that's
last
true.
year.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want us to buy players either that are just young, inexperienced, you know, and we got to wait for them to develop. I want players to come in a competition for what we already got.
Yeah.
Or come in and nick the player's shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
No, you know, I want players to come in and say, right, that shirt's mine. You're out of it. To you can displace me, you know?
Yeah.
Why
That's
not
just,
Joe Grealish?
I'd have Grealish
Take
tomorrow.
either of them. Yeah.
I'd have Grealish tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Twice
all
on
day.
Sundays.
Yeah. For me, I'll just jump in and have my 2 Pennyworth.
Yeah.
For me, we've got a good team. The best, you know, when we put our best team out, we've got a good team. But we've got no depth. Again, we talk about depth and quality of depth. It's hard to get the quality in when a lot of players are going to be sitting on the bench, right? But there is going to be a lot of rotation in this coming year. 4 competitions to play in, right? We need to be looking to be getting players in that are going to be coming into that first 11, right? So I'll give you an example. As much as I love Udogie, right? Destiny Udogie, right? He needs competition at left back. Ben Davis, he's not his competition. For me, Jed Spence, covers right back. Yeah, he's shown he can play there. We know he can play left back, but I want a proper left back. So go and get me an Anthony Robinson, right? At left back from Fulham. He's not on massive wages. Don't tell me we can't tempt an Anthony Robinson from Fulham. Currently one of the best left backs in the Premiership. Go and buy him, right? And give Destiny Udogie that push to compete better.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And there's lots of positions all around the pitch that we need that. But it's not going to happen in one window. We know it's not. Probably not going to happen next summer either. But Tottenham Hotspur, at least show the fans the intent that that's what you're trying to do. Daniel, Vinay, you were the ones that said we want to be challenging for the league and the Champions League. Sort it out, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Do the business. Go and get the players. I'm sure you're targeting players that are in our wage bracket. So deal with it.
Yeah.
What about this, guys? Quickly, Razzle Dazzle says, what about a cheeky bid, 75 million for Mainu and Garnacho?
Well, I wouldn't be averse to Mainu. You know what my thoughts are on Garnacho. We've spoke about it. He's a decent enough player. He's just too theatrical for me. You know, he's just like so over the top. He does my Swede in, to be honest with you. And I think he thinks he's a lot better than what he is. You know, I've got no doubt in. I've got no doubt in the kid's got some talent there. And you know what it's like, Nigel. You move to another club with another manager, and it sort of all clicks for you. You know what I mean? And that could happen with him. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen with him. He's not my cup of tea. Now, Mainu, right? To me, he's an England international. He's young, whatever he is, 21. I don't know. We were speaking yesterday about he was sort of wanting 150, 160, 170 grand a week, something like that, Nigel, when we were talking about. But for me, the money side of it is not our issue. What he's getting paid, what he gets bought for, all that stuff is not really anything to do with us. We can talk about it, right? But would you have Mainu in your team? If you said we can sign Kobe Mainu tonight and he's in the squad, are you going to say, yeah, I am? Because
yes, please.
it's an uplift on what we've got.
Yeah.
Of course,
I
I'm
like
going
him.
to.
Yeah. Right, we'll just say a couple more good evenings. David Clark, big up, sir.
Yeah.
The animal.
Phil P.
The animal himself.
Legend.
Hope you're well, Phil. Hope
Absolute
you're well, mate.
legend. You and Phil Coys, I can see why there's the Phil Army.
I had a hangover for him the next day, and I didn't drink.
I think I did as well. Jesus.
The two Phils are legends, mate, in my book. That's all I can say.
And Lord Rodney as well. I don't think we said good evening to you. Now, we had a question somewhere. I did. Bloody hell did it go?
Where'd you have a question?
Here we go. There you go. If you could only sign one player, which position would it be in?
Are we taking it that we've got Morgan Gibbs White already?
Well, we haven't yet officially, have we? I mean, it's dragging on and on and on. So I don't know, Nigel. It's up to you. You can say, yeah, we've got him and pick a player and a position or you can do what you want, mate. Go on.
Okay. Kevin's saying yes, so is this question. So we'll go with that. So we've got Morgan Gibbs White. I would go for number 6. So if I had the choice, Wharton, but other than that, I would go for a Polinia for experience or Mainu for talent and age on his side.
Yeah.
Me, I'm going to be a bit different. I'd say a striker.
Anyone in particular, Mark, that you'd like to see?
Just better than Richarlison. More available. Give Solanke competition.
Yeah.
You know, we've already discussed Vlahovic. I'd have him tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the stumbling block's going to be his wages.
Yeah.
You know, we ain't paying no one 300,000 a week.
No.
But, you know, as long as he came in and he gave Solanke competition, you know, if he's better than him, then all well and good. But he doesn't necessarily have to be better than him. Just push him. Just say, look, if you're crap one game, I'm having your shirt, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Or give us the option to play. Give us the option to play that 2 up front, you know?
Yeah, definitely. For me, I'm going to be different. I want a number 6. I'm with you on that, Nigel. I think we're crying out. We need one bad. But for me, I'm going to be a bit different. I'm going to say, if you said to me, Jack Grealish was coming tomorrow, thank you very much. I would take Jack on loan. Don't have to buy him. Have him on loan. Again, he's on 300 grand a week, whatever he is at Man City, right? Have a word with City. They want him off the books. Strike up a deal, half and half. You get him for 150 grand a week. The geezer's a ball carrier. Again, we've had this conversation. He gets you up the field. He gets you free kicks. He gets you set pieces. He does score the odd goal. He does assist a lot. He makes things happen on the pitch. Get me a Jack Grealish all day long, please.
And twice on Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
I really do like Jack Grealish.
Yeah, I love him.
I've always thought, when I've watched him, I'm always shouting, get up. You know what I mean? But if he plays for your team, you'd love him.
Mm.
You know, I mean, I've always rated Jack Grealish. Always.
Yeah.
He's the most fouled player in the Premiership. Whether he's really fouled or not is open to debate.
Yeah.
But he wins the most free kicks of anybody else. I've never seen anybody fall over so much.
Yeah.
I got to be honest though, Grealish at City is a different Grealish
Yeah.
than Grealish at Villa. I think
Yes.
Grealish at Villa took the game to teams, drove. I think at City he was a bit not stinted so much, but he was out on the left. You know, he had a job. Whereas Villa, who is the main man, he kind of grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck. I think if Grealish come to Spurs, I think we'd see the Villa Grealish.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And I think that Thomas Frank would give him that freedom as well, Nige, to be that Jack Grealish. Do you not think? You know, if that type of Jack Grealish turned up at Spurs, mate, you know, he's another one. The old heads will be turning, mate. And I just want to bring this point up, David. Where is it? This one. David, I think that sometimes, you know, we've got so used to, you know, ball in transition underhand and boom, up the pitch, everyone up the pitch. Yeah. I know you're an older head like us, David, but I think sometimes the game does need to be slowed down. Do you know what I mean? It's all right going at 150 mile an hour all the time, but sometimes that player that gets that ball up the pitch for you, you know, and just, you know, he gets that foul and that set piece. We know Thomas Frank is a bit of a set piece man, you know, so I wouldn't be against it. I can see what you're saying. Yeah, he does slow it down, but sometimes I think that is what needs to happen, you know, because we've got so used to this 100 mile an hour stuff. Just my opinion on it, David. I'm not having a pop at you or anything. Just my thoughts on it, mate.
Yeah. I completely agree with you, mate.
Big up, Chris.
Big up, Chris.
Big up, Chris.
Here. Everyone who's in, just let me shout again. Please subscribe to Nige at Pure Coys, doing fantastic work on the road to 1,000. Please subscribe to us. We're getting closer to the 500 mark. And like the stream, hit your notification bells for both channels. And you'll see content from one or the other every day. Every day, one of us will be on one or the other's channel.
Now, there's the next comment. We must pay homage to this man.
Big up, Phil.
Well,
yes.
Big up, Phil, the Coys man.
Yeah.
Hope you're well, Phil.
Yeah. I pay homage to you, mate. Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're animal. Absolute animal.
Absolute animal.
And as Nige said, as Nige said, in case you missed it, he had a hangover for you Sunday.
Oh yeah, Phil, did you have a hangover Sunday morning? You never said. Let us know, mate, because
how was breakfast?
You had a bit of a long one, didn't you, Phil? Stayed at the barbecue for a bit longer than the rest of us chatting. So let us know how.
I heard rumblings. That they were there till about 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, so did I.
Right,
so good luck, Phil. I hope you kept on it, mate. Had a good chat with the peeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they had finished when we left.
Yeah, so did I. But it don't matter. I had a fantastic time. It was brilliant.
Well, yeah. But I was bloody knackered anyway, mate.
Yeah, you was. You had a long day, mate. You did have a long day. Couple of more messages in the chat, Mark, and then we're going to end the stream. Have you two chaps got anything to say before I wrap it up about anything else to do with Spurs or YouTube?
Not really, mate.
No, you're all done. Okay, then. Well, we're going to wrap the stream up. So what I would just like to say is, and this is my opinion, not anyone else's, people need to concentrate on their own shit as far as YouTube is concerned. Why YouTubers are slagging off other YouTubers, I do not understand. Some people are out there to try and earn a living, like the bloke who gets up out of bed in the morning and goes to work on a building site.
Yeah,
They
exactly,
chose
mate.
to do YouTube for it, right? So whatever you might think of people, whatever you might think of people's agendas, as far as I'm concerned, Mark and myself are tiny YouTubers. We do it because we love Spurs,
Yeah,
right? Our opinions are forthright. And like I've said on many a channel, right? If you don't like it, you don't have to watch. It's as simple as that. We only want people here who want to watch our channel,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So for the people out there that are posting videos, horrible videos, if you want to have your opinions on people, that's fine. I'm sure people can put up with that because it's your opinion. But be doing shitty, snidey, wanky, cuntish videos about people is not on. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I'm fuming, to be quite honest with you. And I shouldn't be because I'm this tiny little geezer with Mark with 450 subscribers, right? There's no need for this in the Tottenham community.
no,
The hate that goes out there to other YouTubers is disgusting. Listen, people, doesn't matter whether you got 400 subscribers or you got 20,000 subscribers. These lads are doing their thing on the Spurs 5. Let them get on with it. Who gives a toss if they bought the channel? The channel was dormant. So if Emery has happened to build that up over time, he's gone on to do other things, and then it's come up for him that he's managed to sell his channel to other people that want to continue it. Number one, good luck to Emery. Number two, no more comment on it. Big up the Spurs 5. I hope it all goes well for you.
yeah.
That will be the end of the stream. Thanks very much, Nige, for coming on. You've been absolutely superb, mate. As always,
Thanks, mate.
we will always be with you, mate, to get you to 1,000 subs and beyond.
Cheers, mate.
Mark,
Can I just say something quickly as well?
go on, Nige.
Yeah, totally agree with everything you've just said. I think it's really sad that as YouTubers, as Spurs fans, we can all come on a channel or do our own thing on our own
Yeah.
channel and just speak about the club we love.
Yeah,
This is the reason why I started YouTube, was to get out of the stresses of day-to-day life and just talk about the team that I fell in love with at 7 years old. I don't care about who does what time, with who. I couldn't give a toss. I just want to talk Spurs, and that's it, really. It's just frustrating. You know, we're all here to do same thing. We all just want to talk about the club we love. Some people earn money from it, some people don't. Who cares? You know, get over it. Let's just all stream about the club we love. And, you know, like you said, Cookie, if you don't like it, watch something else. And that
yeah,
goes for all channels.
yeah, exactly. Right
Well
now,
said, mate.
you two have had your say, so I better have my say.
Go on then.
Look, whatever, whatever anybody's does, right, as long as they don't harm them or say nasty things about it, it's none of their business. It's none of their business what goes on. So what? They bought Henry Wright's old channel. So bloody what? Good luck to them. You got to remember, like there's two of them that do this to make a living. At least two of them to make it. Good luck to them. It's got nothing at all to do with me, what other people do. Nothing at all. Nothing at all whatsoever. What they do. You know, if they said something about me, obviously I got the right to reply.
Mm.
You know? But like, it's like I said, look, if you don't like what we say, what any channel says, do not watch it.
Don't
Do
watch it.
not
Go on
watch
something
it.
else.
Do not watch it and then start making up stupid videos about, they're monopolising this, they're doing that. So bloody what? We've all got our little space. You know what I mean? If people
hit the
want
nail
to
on the
watch
head.
us, they'll watch us.
Yeah,
You've hit the nail on the head down. There is room for everybody.
Of course
Correct.
there is.
correct.
You know?
There is. Listen, on that
It's
note,
none of my just one more bit. It's none of my business how much they give for the channel, whatever went on when they got the channel, and how much money they make. That's absolutely none of my business, and I'm not interested.
it's nothing to do with anyone except them and Henry Wright.
No, of course it is. It's between them five.
And that's the end of it, right? So I'm not. Listen, I wanted to have me say on it, whether it's upset people. That is how I feel about it. All right.
Yeah.
You've said how you feel, Nige. Mark, you've said how you feel. Listen, we're going to not talk about it anymore. It's not going to be brought up again, right? That's the end of it. People want to say shit, let them get on with it. But that's it now. All right. On that note, gentlemen, another great show for an hour and 15 minutes. Chat, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sure we'll be back on maybe Nige's tomorrow to have a chat for an hour at some stage. If not, it'll be back on ours. We'll have another little chat again. Please join us again tomorrow on Pure Coys or on the Two Marks. Hit your notification bell and have it large with us. On that note, good night, everyone.
No?
Lads down the lane with the Pure Coys flow. Lads down the lane and the two marks.